Uh, Welcome to our first video about job portals. And this video is part of the Work in Finland group, which is free for everybody who has taken occupational safety course with me. And all of these topics are coming from the courses based on your questions and ideas and something you want me to explain in a bit better details. And let's jump straight into the topic. And it's a job portal. And today I'm going to tell how I use them. They are my best passive tool in my toolbox. And I don't use them like many people does, that you go every morning to pages and you check what's available and then you answer the ones you're interested in. I have a completely different approach and I do it in differently. Idea is that I'll sign up to multiple pages, as many as I can find, and I set the profile, I set all the details I want, pick my field, pick the locations, and then I'll set their email notifying tool, which is my greatest tool. And every morning I will get email inbox full of job applications, job offers, all the interesting details that I need. And it comes with almost zero effort after you have spent the time to set those pages. But let's dive in and see how I actually do it. I put it here a couple of steps. First of all, we sign up to all of the courses and pages we can find. And we set that profile, like I mentioned. We put a picture of ourselves there. We put the work experience, pick the areas, cities, locations, all the details we can just find. And it's important to fill every field you can find, because that automation inside of that web page will be using that information, and that way they try to target you best jobs there are available. And now we have a profile done. Then our next step is to create that email notifier there. And every page has one. It's a must tool there, because they are not a charity pages. Companies are actually paying real money to have those applications open there and attract people. So they need the best tools to offer, and they are free for you. That's the best part. So it's good to take a time and set that notification tool, and then the page will do the work for you. Every page works a bit differently. They have different systems, and that's why we have work groups. And that's a completely different topic. Maybe we will later have an example of one page, maybe a Glassdoor or some another portal, just to show how it works. But if you have any questions, you can hit them in the comments or just take part to our courses and we will go it through there. And then we just let the page to do the work for us. And now it's the time, if you want to put that effort, to go through those pages and see what's available there. But what I noticed, that when I had that email notifier set, it also sent me information of previous available jobs, and I didn't need to do any effort to look for them. So that's how I work. Let's go again the steps. First, sign up, then create your profile, set email notifications, and then just wait, they will come to you. And here I have a tip for you, how I do it. Keep them separated from your everyday emails. Create a new inbox, and then you have a dedicated email collecting all the information you need about jobs, and they are available there, and it's not mixed with your daily email and some other important emails. You will see a difference. Then, now the portals are working for us, and we are finally making those job applications, sending emails, filling their forms. And what if you don't hear about them? What can you do? Because you are not the only one using those pages. There's a lot of people sending applications for good workplaces. They are actually practically fighting for them. If you don't hear from that company for a while, you can follow up with them. Send an email, send a message that how are you doing? Do they need more information? Just try to open that channel to talk with them. And that sometimes works. But I have faced very often a complete wall which I can't pass. It's just undoable. But then I have done a couple of tricks. I have used different techniques, just tried to see what works. Then you can send message to or questions to a bit higher level people, not too high, but in the same department, same area, and just ask something about the company and ask how are they doing, and then you can mention that you have briefly applied for the job they are offering and you're still waiting for an answer. But remember, try some friendly approach. Don't be too pushy with your ways. And then, because today we are sharing a tips, I have one tip for you, what I have used. And I finally noticed that it's really active on those job portals. Take part to job portal communities, not all. Pick your favorite one or two favorite ones, and then go through their community, what people are talking about, and there you can find also the recruiters sometimes taking part to discussion. And some of them are actually pretty active. On a cluster I found a recruiter which had like 1,000 reviews from people. So that one is an active and is interested about the job and wants to find the best people. So take part, find those people, and take part to the topics they are talking about. Then you will be on their radar. And then a couple of words about Finnish job market. It actually might be a nightmare, especially if you come a bit outside and you are new to people. That it's hard to find those jobs or even open the talk with the companies. But just keep pushing and eventually you will make it. When you have that first place, you can get it on your CV, you are set to go. And even if you have that job at the moment, then you can upgrade it. That's what people do here a lot. They have one job to support their everyday needs, rent, food, and so on. And then they are looking for a better one at the same time. And then when a company notices that, hey, this person is working still, and then they also might think that, hey, his or she is worth to hire. And that's just how it goes here. But you need to be constant and you need to do that work to get in. Then you will have amazing results. Then let's talk about how we get in a bit outside of that job market and those portals we just went through. Now they are working passively there for you, and you will just pick the most important information they are providing. First, network. Networking is the key here because many jobs are available without open applications. They go through people who are already working in that company. And here I noticed that there's now a little gap that many people could actually use. This is again in an occupational safety courses, and what I have noticed, purely my own experience, not a studied fact. But let's take people from Sri Lanka as an example. That very often there are people looking for a work and they are, for example, in a cleaning field. And no luck, sending applications to companies. Then there's a second group of people from Sri Lanka, and they actually already have the job. They are cleaning, but they needed that safety card to get in so-called high-risk working environments. And they go to the course and they go back to the work. But what if people could talk a bit with each another and people who are already working, they could provide important information for people still looking for a job. And they could get the tips for these open positions. Because I noticed that now we have this Sri Lankan people group of working, and then we have this looking for a work. Then we have that company in the middle. And that company is all the time sending new people for my courses that they can get that safety card. But thing is, they are all the time looking these people. They see that trouble to find workers, and that's a lot of work. But what if these people who are already working could talk with their management and try to find if there's an open position, and then recommend another friends who are really wanting to work? And that's how you can build a network. Something to think about. And then my favorite one, which I used a lot, that ask directly from companies. But the way you ask is important. That first of all, maybe not to offer straight away your work there that, hey, hire me. Ask how are they doing and how their future looks like. Just some common topic to open the discussion, and then in the last mention that if they have anything available, you are willing to offer your help. And that one I found to work really well. And most of the companies actually answers if I ask that, hey, how are you doing? What do you need? That how does your day look like? And they answer. It works really nicely, but you need a bit practice to get that good tactic. And then I have in the quite end of the list another way to get inside of a company. But this works with the companies with a bit more specific fields, something you need education or training, that you have needed skills. That let's assume you have found a company that you really want to work there. And then they talk with you, but they are still a bit unsure. How would they do that? Can we actually hire this person? But if you are a TE office client, you can actually offer them an option that, hey, what if I would come for a work practice, maybe a month or two, and then you will see what kind of person I am, and actually you will also see what kind of company it is. No risk for anybody. And then you offer that to company, and a company will make a deal with TE office that this person will come for a work practice. And it's zero risk possibility for them. And you are under TE office insurances, and they will even pay you a really small day money for your trouble. And many people have successfully used that option. But don't jump to that option too fast. We have companies who are actually abusing that system, that they are looking for people in a work practice, and when the work practice ends, then it's goodbye and we take a new one. That's not fair. And that's not how things should be, and please don't make that possible for those companies. And then, again, last reminder, that network. Talk with people, build that community, take part to work in Finland groups, whatever. Just find the ways to talk with people. And like yesterday we had a meeting, and it was so nice. I had a completely new person joining for our group. I just sent a link for him, and he was a really nice person. And then we had a person in our meeting who has already attended for several meetings, and then tries to find a work on the IT field, and shared his experience. And then this new guy said that, hey, actually, you're from Tampere. Check this company out. That I just applied, and they had your field of work available. Yeah, I wasn't maybe fit for a company, but the position open. That, hey, go to this page and check that can you find something from there. And that's how it goes. And now this guy who is planning to contact that company a bit later can use it as an icebreaker and say that, hey, actually, friend of mine was in your interview, And yeah, he didn't get picked. But he gave me a tip about this place that maybe I would be a good fit for here. And then you have already opened that channel to talk with them, and they kind of have already a recommendation for you. Just an idea how it works. And same happened to me in a work fields, because I'm a carpenter. I like everything related to construction. And when I'm in a work field, I always talk with the foremen and supervisors, how they are doing, what are we doing, are we behind schedule, what's coming next. Casual talk. And then if I pick some important information that, hey, they need people and some specific people in future, I'll pick that information, I treasure it, and when the time comes, I offer them solution before they have a problem. That, hey, I have this guy looking for a work, and I think he's doing a great job and would be a perfect fit for the task you have available soon. And guess what? That person gets hired most of the times. And in my best workplace, I have had 10 friends or colleagues I know working there, just because I talked every morning with the foreman. And that talk could be as simple as, good morning, yeah, how is your day? And that's all. You just build that connection there. It works, trust me. And then I have something you and many people have very often doubts, that what if I don't speak Finnish, or my Finnish is not in a perfect level. And it doesn't have to be. You just put that effort every day to study a bit, and when you can communicate people with the basic level, you can take instructions, and then if you need something, you can actually tell it to people. It's enough to go. You don't need to have it perfect. And very often people are waiting that, yeah, I'll get the T office course in future, in couple of months. Don't wait that. Start straight away. I have under a couple of links you can use. First link goes to the web page where is collected a lot of free ones, and use those. There are podcasts, there are tasks, something to read. It will get you far. And then what I noticed, that install a Duolingo, for example, some another app. Maybe not straight away pay money for it to use, but use the free version, and like 10-15 minutes a day. And when you start it, you can try to extend that time a bit. And then you will find out that, hey, I have studied 3 hours this week Finnish just without noticing it. And that's how I do. I'll try to pick a new language, and I'll do that little part every day. And that's actually what my wife did with Swedish. And she just had a goal that I'll have like 10 minutes a day, and I'll study Swedish. And now it has gone over a month. She has done it every day, and guess what? She knows a lot of Swedish, more than I learned at school. So that's what I would recommend. And you are lucky if you have kids, and especially if you have small kids who still wants to listen to those stories before the bedtime. Pick a Finnish books from a library and just read every evening. So there your kid will learn Finnish, and then you will learn also Finnish, and actually quite quickly. And the best part with those children books is the fact that they are meant to teach the language. It's really simple, it's common phrases, and you will pick it up. It's a good practice. I would do that. And then a couple of final words before we finish the video, and I will jump to the new meeting quite soon. That what if there is no jobs available for you at the moment? You have those search engines going for you, you get email notifications, you send applications like there is no tomorrow, but you still need money to live here. You need to pay rent, you need to pay some student fees, many people have food. It's a lot of money in a month, and you need that income. Next video, is about light entrepreneurship and how you bill for your work. Because in Finland we have created a system that if you find a person who is offering work and you have actually skills and you can do that work, you can bill that person through third-party company. And it works the way that you do the work, then you bill through third-party company, they send a bill to client pays it to company pays all the taxes, all the payments, and then they pay you pure salary, no other expenses. And some companies are quite reasonable with their pricing, and I would recommend that. And that's also way for good income in Finland, because very often low paid jobs, 12 euros, 12.50 an hour, you spend a whole day working, but if you offer that same work directly, you can charge maybe 27, 30, even 35 euros an hour, and the client is still very happy, but you make a really decent salary. And that's our next video's topic. I again want to thank you that you followed me this far, and especially I want to thank people who has made this possible. Everybody who has recommended my courses to other people, you have made a crazy big impact. And that's why this is the reason, this is how I'm trying to give back and share my knowledge and what I have learned over the years, because I have tried many things. I had tried to find how to make my living, and I have that experience and tips. Again, thank you and see you next time.